guys, it's Des with Divine Geomatrix DG Readings. I hope all of you guys are doing well. Happy Monday. I hope you guys had a great weekend and actually found some way to release any energy to get ready for this new month. I can't even believe that we're in the month of August. It's so crazy to believe that we actually only have a few more months until the year ends. And to even think that way, this year really has been an emotional roller coaster for all of us, and a mental roller coaster, a physical roller coaster, all the above. Almost challenging out that mind, body, soul balance and really making us look inward to find out things that we didn't even know we were carrying with us for however long, and just finally releasing that energy. Clearing space is probably the biggest topic and concern of this year, at least in a spiritual aspect. So I wanted to talk about our full moon actually happening in August 3rd. So today's August 3rd of 2020. And we have a full moon today. So I wanted to do a reading for the collective. I did do a pre-shuffle since my videos tend to get a little lengthy. I didn't want to have all that added time shuffling. So I'm using my Energy Oracle card deck and then also my Monology deck in light of the full moon. So let's go ahead and get started. For my returners, hi guys, good to see you. I missed you all so much. For my newbies, hi, welcome. Again, I'm Des. Nice to meet you. I hope that you guys find insight and clarity on my videos. Feel free to dig through my archives and see what it is that I've been up to and how I do my readings. Hopefully it resonates with you and you can be a part of my soul tribe. Keep in mind that everything happens for a reason, so there's no coincidence as far as why you're here today and joining me. Below in the description box, before I even start, I do want to disclose that all of my upcoming projects, or at least the things that I would like to get done on my social portals, should be on there. I am very active on my Instagram account and then on my YouTube account, obviously. I did open up a TikTok, so for those who have TikTok, if you can follow me, that would be amazing. And if you can share my videos, that would be amazing support of my channel. So thank you again for all of your love and light and sharing your time with me. Let's go ahead and just get into today's reading for our full moon in August 2020. Let me just meditate really quick with you guys as I burn some Palo Santo so we can create some space and open up our hearts to receive the messages that the divine wants to talk about. All right. I'm going to start off with providing with you guys. Yeah. A little bit more. For me. I love the smell of Palo Santo. It's so light. It's like, I love sage, don't get me wrong, but sage can tend to become a little overbearing. And for me, Palo Santo is kind of like one of those things where I crave that smell. Okay. For my returners, I know you guys know that I also do use my Tibetan singing bowl. And for my newbies, this also creates space. Well, it helps clear up some energy and space. All I ask for my viewers is just to breathe in and out fully, release any energies that are pent up and that are trying to be released that no longer serve. Let it go, create the space, open up your hearts and minds to receive the messages the divine wants to talk about. I don't know about you guys, but I felt that one in my third eye so abruptly. Like I was having to blink and release and all that good stuff. But I hope that helped you guys to really stay grounded and tune in for the messages that the divine wants to talk about. Sorry, a little parched, but I've been on a lemon water kick recently instead of coffee. My digestive is just like, thank you so much. So for those who are aware, like I'm sure you guys know that lemon water in the morning is really good for you. It's a great detoxer. But for me, lemon water actually resets my mind to stay a little bit more focused. Coffee kind of tends to slower me down, and although it does give me energy, it's kind of like a woo, go, 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 and then crash. And lately I have just so much to do that I don't want to get so addicted to the caffeine anymore. So if you guys are struggling with that caffeine addiction, I highly recommend you try some lemon water in the morning. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with the Monology deck, simply because we have the full moon reading today. So the collective card at the bottom of my two decks, I have nothing is yet set in stone for my Monology deck. And then I also have the Sun card in the Energy Oracle card deck. So with this card, to me, right off the bat, it's showing you that you have a new beginning afoot. With the month of August starting and July and everything prior to that being so difficult to continue pushing through and, you know, learning all these hard lessons, but to really integrate whatever you're feeling inward and actually show up as your authentic self outward, right? So the Sun card is bringing to you the reminder that, okay, you have all this abundance and prosperity and blessings coming your way, but at the end of the day, you do need to put in that work to get there, right? So it's saying nothing is yet set in stone in regards to the Sun card, but what it's saying is that if you don't put in the work, then you're not going to receive the blessings. Just like when you enter a competition, right? And obviously there's a prize at the end of the competition for whoever wins. Now, if you don't put in the work and actually, you know, take action on whatever it is that competition calls for, well, then you're more than likely not going to win, and then therefore you're not receiving your blessings. So be prepared and, you know, cater to whatever it is that competition, whatever that, you know, your lifestyle is craving. I challenge you to really look at how you can take action on those things and follow those footsteps that the divine is, you know, placing for you. So at the end of the day, they give us, you know, little breadcrumbs or little clues and messages just to keep us going and to guide us along the way of our spiritual path. But at the end of the day, it's up to us to really take action on what they're giving us to provide more, to receive more abundance, more blessings in our life. So the first card is you and your loved ones are safe. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to read the cards and then give you a little bit of a clarity on that, okay? A win-win outcome is forecasted. A fiery climax approaches. New moon, which is a new start, is coming. Yeah, so it is a new beginning coming. Right off the bat with these four cards, when you look at COVID, right? When you look at COVID in the past few months that we've been living in 2020, we've been feeling like a fear-based mentality, and it's because our government, our elites want to keep us in this lack mentality, in this fear-based mentality, so that we aren't ascending to and raising our vibration to see the truth for what it is. As we see the truth for what it is, we start to realize that the universe has our back and we can manifest our dreams into reality. and that we aren't alone. So, in the fear-based mentality, we feel as though it's every man for their own. We feel as though it's a fight or flight mentality. So we feel like we're defensive and we can't trust anybody. And, we have to just keep going, and not really looking inward to see how we're feeling. And that's completely false. We actually do need to look inward a lot of the time and check in with ourselves in order to keep pushing through, to know where we're at emotionally, physically, mentally, all of the above, and then match that energy with our surroundings. Because at the end of the day, when we put out energy into the universe, we actually are manifesting that energy back. It's like a boomerang, right? We get what we put out into the universe. So if I put out to the universe, I'm scared, I'm anxious, I don't trust anybody, I feel alone. Well, the universe is just going to mirror that exact feeling, and therefore we feel more of those things instead of finding a way to release them and move forward. A win-win outcome is forecasted. So to me, it already feels with the new beginning card, the sun card. You have everything in your favor. It just depends on how you gain that momentum and utilize this fiery climax that's approaching to fuel you, and again, gain that momentum to get more things done and be more productive with your goals and all of the things that you want to do to show up as your authentic self. You are good enough. Balance spirituality and practicality. Surrender to the divine. Show the world the real you. So right off the bat, someone may be feeling like they aren't enough as they are, and that mentality is only providing more lack into the universe. So you're boomeranging it back to you, and you're feeling more of those things, feeling more anxious, feeling more like worthless and helpless with yourself. But at the end of the day, the Spirit's challenging you to balance your spirituality and practicality. Basically, you may be feeling stuck because spiritually you're not growing. You're not catering to that growth, right? And then physically in this 3D life, maybe because of the lack of spirituality growth, you're actually lacking the responsibility and catering to whatever it is that you need to do toward this life. So paying your bills, making sure that you eat 3 meals a day and maybe snack in between, like drinking enough water, getting those things done in regards to your business or any ideas that you have in the works, just completely showing up in general. So balancing out that spirituality and practicality is going to be very important to feeding your confidence. And your confidence is what's going to help drive you to gain that momentum to, again, refuel you, rekindle that fire, and get things done so that when you're catering to that new beginning, right? So you're prepping yourself to get ready for that new beginning. Think of it as, again, you look at that metaphor of a competition, right? So you're prepping for that competition, and then when that competition comes, and let's say you win, it's you versus your old self. It's your authentic self versus your old self. Let's say that's the competition right there. And we obviously want your authentic self to win because that's who you really are, and your old self no longer serves a purpose. The more you try to be your old self, the more your soul doesn't resonate with it anymore, and it causes that friction. Therefore, you're receiving more anxieties, more feeling lack mentality, more of the feelings of worthlessness and helplessness, and just all of these gross things that are feeding your soul, in a negative way versus in a positive way. So yeah, Spirit wants you to balance out that spirituality, practicality, and surrender to the divine, knowing that at the end of the day, they have your back and they have all of these blessings and abundance ready for you. But if you don't put in that work, then they're not going to be able to give it to you. You get what you put out. So if you put out to the universe, I'm ready to receive my blessings and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there, then they're going to reward you with those blessings. Just like you catering to the competition and making sure I'm going to win this thing, I'm going to win this thing to receive those prizes. Well, that mentality, you're manifesting it. But when you're in the mentality of, oh, well, I looked at my competition and I don't feel good enough, I feel like they're gonna win, I might as well not try. Well, that's only telling the universe that you're comfortable in that energy and they're gonna give you more of that energy. So be careful of your thoughts, be careful of what you're putting out to the universe and your words, most importantly. So what you say to yourself, what you say to others, what you say about yourself to others is going to be what is manifesting that energy back into your life. Show the world the real you. So this set of cards is basically telling you that show up as your authentic self. Let go of your old self and allow your new authentic being to come through so that you can show the world, oh, this is who I am. And as you do that, someone's going to look at you and be like, oh my gosh, you look amazing. Like, what did you do? I want to do whatever it is that you're doing. So therefore, you can help that collective change by shifting someone's perspective and also shifting where they're putting their energies toward, so that they too can manifest their dreams into reality. All right, meditate and contemplate. So it feels like we're not sitting with ourselves and checking in on ourselves enough and actually contemplating on ways that we can strategize. This was underneath the sun card. Strategize to get things done. So it is in reverse, and what it's telling you is that if you're not going to help yourself and planning on how you're going to execute and take action on the things that you want to get done and that Spirit's basically giving you in regards to downloads, maybe you're receiving ideas, maybe all of a sudden things are starting to you're starting to be attracted to things that you didn't know you were even attracted to in the past. So pay attention to those things, because the universe works in mysterious ways, and when you receive those ideas and downloads, they're actually telling you, this is what we want you to get done, but how are you going to get it done, right? Well, meditate and tap in with your spirit so that you can have these conversations with your higher self and you receive those answers on how you can strategize and take action on those goals being sent to you. Luck is on your side, and then nothing will come of the situation. So right off the bat, the way I feel about that card, the nothing will come of the situation, is simply because if you stay in this lack mentality, if you stay in this old self, you're going to not, you're basically staying in your own box, and you're staying stagnant, choosing to stay stagnant instead of growing spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally, all of the above. When you stay in that comfort zone, you're telling the universe, I'm okay just right here. And you end up staying there. But in all reality, we're not meant to just stay in one place. We're meant to grow. We're meant to impact the world, the community, ourselves, our peers, our loved ones, all of the above, and show up as who we are meant to be, 100% that authentic being, because we're learning a lot about ourselves. We're learning a lot about the world and how we can, let go of that fear and all of those negative emotions that are weighing us down and keeping us from moving forward. We're actually telling the universe, oh, like I said, I'm okay right here, and therefore more stagnant energy is coming your way. But at the end of the day, luck is on your side, and a new beginning is coming. Just find that momentum to get things done and take action so that you can manifest quickly. But check your thoughts, check your words, check how you're showing up today, because today is going to impact tomorrow, and tomorrow is going to impact the next day. And as your weeks pass, those weeks are going to impact the next, and then those weeks are going to impact your months, and those months are going to impact your whole year. So it's all a domino effect. When we show up for ourselves, we're allowing someone else to show up for themselves. We're domino affecting that collective change. Well, when we show up as ourselves, we're actually telling the universe, I'm ready to let go of energy that no longer serves, that are holding me back from domino affecting the change in my own self. Okay? So let's go ahead and get a little bit more clarity with the energy oracle card deck. The Thinking Man. Third chakra, Archangel Chamuel in reverse. Thinking Woman. If I didn't know it any better, it feels like this full moon reading is becoming more of not a love reading, but it feels like there's masculine and feminine being shown here. If you look at not only these two, but if I look back at the Monology deck, we have these as well. So it feels like, here, let me just organize this for a second. Yeah. Let's organize these for a second. So we have the Thinking Woman, the Thinking Man, Chamuel, which I think it's pertaining to both parties, Cornucopia, definitely pertaining to both parties, Attachment, upright, and then Magician in the Mirror in reverse. So is this for the feminine? Masculine. Is this for the feminine? So the Attachment card is for the masculine, and the Magician in the Mirror is for the feminine. So when I say masculine and feminine, guys, it does not mean gender, right? So we all have masculine and feminine internally, and then we polarize that with our significant other as well. So before I even move forward, because I do have a few cards here, the Thinking Man is basically telling you that you've been overthinking, you've been sitting in this energy, contemplating on what you want to do and how you want to utilize that energy that you feel internally to get all those goals done, and how you can actively take the steps toward reaching your goals, right? But there's an attachment here, and I do want to look a little deeper in regards to what that attachment is, but I want to talk a little bit about the feminine. So the feminine is also thinking, and is thinking more of, okay, well, how can I provide myself with more knowledge to master whatever it is that I'm seeking, right? So it feels like there's an idea here, and there's something that you want to do in order to show up for the world as your authentic self, but you're finding ways on how you can educate yourself to get there, or finding ways on how you can utilize your resources in order to get there. But then you also have the Magician and the Mirror in reverse. And this card is basically telling you that you have that power, right? You have that spiritual power to really manifest your dreams into reality. I do want to dig a little bit deeper on both of these set of cards so far, just to give you a little bit more insight and clarity on what the Spirit wants to talk about. So Magician in the Mirror in reverse is warning you that you may be missing a great opportunity. The time is bright and you're not taking advantage of the creative energy of this cycle. You do have the power to transform things for yourself, to create something new, whether a home, business, family, or life direction. You may be resistant to or even disbelieving of the unlimited power you possess. So it looks like you are good enough is pertaining to the feminine. Surrender to the divine is talking to the masculine. We have I think all the other cards are both of you guys, but the balance, spirituality, and practicality actually is pertaining to the feminine. Let me just make sure. Yes, the feminine. And then meditate and contemplate is tied to the masculine. Yep. So that card is pertaining to the masculine energy. We also have surrender to the divine pertaining to the masculine energy. And then for our feminine, we have you are good enough and balance, spirituality, and practicality with the magician and the mirror. So I wanted to dig a little bit deeper on the masculine side. Sorry, I'm kind of going back and forth, guys. This turned out to be more of a mirrored reading than I thought. So with attachment, it's upright, and it's telling me that your passage forward is being stopped by strong attachments to old patterns or people from the past. The chain at your wrist is bolted from fear from the past or desperation about the future. Although you may wear your mask of pretense or even contentment, you simply can't seem to go forward. The stuff that's keeping you stuck could be physical addictions, emotional patterns, or even old relationships. Are you living in fear, addicted to old, unhealthy habits, or so desperate about the future that you can't be happy now? If so, the chains that bind you could be of your own making. This card is telling you that it's time to take action, and you need to break out of the chains to move forward to an open, free, healthy, and authentically happy life. It may take some courage and effort to let go, but know that you are capable of doing it. Until you do, the difficult energy will just repeat itself, keeping you stuck. Wow. Well, masculines out there, look inward and find out what it is that you're really like resisting. It feels like the change you don't want this change to happen, but at the end of the day, masculines, it's going to happen. It's destined. So finding out ways that you can use that change, that energy, to shift your thinking, shift your perspective, to really get things done, and release those old attachments that are binding you, because you are approaching a new beginning, and it is a win-win outcome. And the universe is telling both the masculines and feminines, show up as your authentic self, show up as the authentic you. Luck is on your side. A fiery climax approaches. You can gain that momentum as we approach the end of the year, so that when 2021 comes, best believe that new cycle is just going to be on and popping. So cater to it. I wanted to break down the thinking man and woman just for you a little bit, right? The thinking man talks about this person may be... Sorry. I'm just going to read it. This card shows a man standing before an archway, gazing at the crystal in his hand. He is a thoughtful and reflective man, representing the potential presence of a teacher in your life now, or about to arrive soon. This person may be there to educate you in the finer details of your chosen direction, or may be there to assist you in some specific spiritual, mental, or emotional pursuits. The card is telling you to pay attention, for this could lead to great strides in personal or professional growth. This man may be a love interest coming your way, or perhaps just a new male friend. Be on the lookout for this guide in the physical world and be open to his information. Learn what you can, a new discipline, technique, a course of study, or healing practice could change your life forever. So as we mirrored this, it could be that the feminine is meeting a masculine energy or vice versa. It could be maybe your loved one that is already in your life is going to show up as a different being so that they can teach you something, or vice versa. But yeah, that was the thinking man. And then for the feminine, it says this card shows a woman holding a book, standing before a staircase, ready to lead you to higher understanding. This woman could be a friend who helps you express and understand your feelings, or she could be a teacher brought to your life at this time to take you in a new direction. This could be a new love interest with a woman who is thoughtful, conscious, and aware. Or like the thinking man, this card represents a side of yourself that's ready to blossom and bring clarity and assistance to the world. If so, find your voice and let your wisdom shine. Yes. So this is a love reading, at least what I see it. The masculine and feminines are kind of coming together, realizing that they're in their own energies and that they are shifting their perspective to match up with each other so that they can learn with each other, through each other, and for each other. I don't know if this is a business partnership or potential business partnership, but it could be. With all of the cards that are being shown, it definitely could be. Maybe you're even thinking, okay, well, let's go into business together. We've been dating for this long. I think that you and I can really, balance out that yin and yang together and find out ways to really cater to that spiritual growth. Therefore, in return, Spirit is going to provide all those abundance and blessings. So you have your cornucopia card, and that's in the middle of the reading, basically pertaining to both parties. And then the third chakra, Archangel Chamuel, this is pertaining to your confidence. This is pertaining to basically you have the power within yourself, and that just like the light that comes from the universe, we are that light, and we just need to shed and share that light with the world so that they can see in this darkness. We have a lot of darkness in our world right now. So it's time for us to really show up as our authentic self and help the collective spread more light so that we can raise our vibration, and therefore we can manifest and manifest all of the blessings that are meant for us into our life. Wow, it's amazing. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Is this for masculines? Is this for feminines? Oh my gosh. So we have the man holding a heart, and this is on the masculine side, and then we have the woman holding a coin. So let me just say, please just tell me, am I seeing this correctly? Is this a mirrored reading? I think so. Sorry, a little excited, guys. So for the masculines, man holding a heart, what it feels like right off the bat is that you're finding your authentic self. You're learning to love yourself again. Therefore, your partner's looking at you like, ooh, boy, ooh, girl, what you doing? And it's going to spark a new love interest toward each other. It's going to attract you to get things done together. It's going to attract you to finding out how to manifest that all the abundance that the universe wants to give you. For our feminines, woman holding a coin, this is talking about, yes, in your finances, yes, in your career, but you're finding your power in order to manifest all of those things that are very much meant to be yours, but you're learning to let go of any of the fears pertaining to your power and learning to actually reclaim your power, so that you can have that financial abundance and financial support, financial stability is what I'm hearing. But yeah, and in the middle of both of you guys is adjacent possibilities in reverse. So let's go ahead and just clarify a little bit more on that, because it fell in between both of your guys' reading. For this card in reverse, the adjacent possibilities card is warning you to be careful not to miss an unknown opportunity because you're too married to your agenda. It's also making you turn inward with a willingness to shake up your old unhealthy patterns and inner habits. The power of your life force moves through your deeply held habits, projecting your energy out into the universe and calling back your results. In this way, your ongoing thoughts and beliefs are really your defining moments, and in every moment you have another energetic choice. So it's time to decide, are you going to let worry and self-doubt define you? Or are you going to step into your ever-present adjacent possibility of optimism, trust, and self-love? No matter how stuck you feel, you always have options in the thousands of choices you make every day. Wow. So it's definitely for both of you. 100% for both of you. I think that you guys are learning to come together to actually manifest more abundance and blessings into your life. I think that the feminine here, because we have the Magician and the Mirror, is going to lead by example. Once she finds her power, once she realizes her worth, she's going to lead by example and basically help the masculine energy release his attachments so that they don't miss out any opportunities that they can utilize together to assist them in finding that abundance. Wow. Well, this was supposed to be a new or full moon reading, for the month of August 2020, and it feels like a love reading, but it feels as though this could be pertaining to our single people out there that are balancing out their masculine energy and their feminine energy. But this also feels like a power couple. It feels as though the masculine in this scenario, in this sorry, wow, I'm tripping over my words. In this partnership, is learning how to release his attachments, let go of his old ways of thinking, to find out who he is and learn to love himself again, so that he can show up as his authentic self. For the feminine to say, okay, now that you're in your power, I found my power, let's work together so that we don't miss an opportunity to manifest our abundance. And learning to have the confidence in ourselves to rekindle that energy to get things done. Wow. Well, there you have it. This is a lot longer than I wanted it to be. I was trying to keep it under 30 minutes, but I'm really, really happy that it ended up being the way that it is. I hope that you guys found some insight and clarity on this reading. I absolutely have. I can tell you right now that I resonate with more of the feminine energy. I definitely have a lot of masculine energy in me. However, on the masculine and feminine side in a relationship, I am definitely the feminine. And I've been struggling with my fair share of remembering who I am, remembering my power, remembering those things that bring me passion that can lead to financial abundance. And then with my partner, she's been also working toward herself and finding herself again, and letting go of her old self, and then incorporating that new self. So, it's 100% accurate, at least in my life. I hope that it is the same for you guys. If you guys want a personal reading, let me know. My email is in the description box below, and you can find me on Instagram at it's with 3 S's, Des with 3 S's with the number 8, or at DG_crystals. I love you guys all so much. Stay tuned for my collective weekly reading, because I will be putting that out as well. So I love you guys so much. Let me know if you need anything from me. I am always putting out energy toward you guys to find out who you are and find your authentic selves to show up for the world and domino effect that collective change. So I love you with love and light always. Namaste. See ya.